Let's send your first email from TekMatix. Now, before you start sending any emails, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have created a master email template. This is a carefully crafted, branded template that will have, for instance, your unsubscribe link, your footer, perhaps with links to your social media on the bottom, and of course, any kind of other layout that you want your emails to stick to so that they match your brand and that you don't have to basically create this every single time you send an email. You're going to create your master template once, and this will be the template that you then use by cloning it every single time you send an email in the future. So what we're going to do, first of all, is create your draft master. You can do this from scratch, or you can use a basic draft that we have inside your account for you. You're going to go into marketing and emails. And first thing you're going to notice in this drop down is that you have an email builder and you have email campaigns. Now, here's what you need to know about both of these. First of all, you build the email in the builder and you send it from campaigns. Now, FYI, you can also build emails in campaigns, but I'm just going to make this simple. Build it in the builder first and then go and send it from the campaigns. However, you can do it in the campaign area, but I'm going to just keep this really, really structured. Let's build our email template in the email builder area. This is where you create your templates going forward. When we're in the builder or template section, click on new, and this is where you can either create a completely blank email from scratch. You can use templates that we already have inside the system for you, or you can go in here and type in master, and there should be a master template inside your account. So we have, for instance, a master email template right here. Let's open this up and have a little look. You may or may not have this particular one. You may have a different one, who knows? But I want to just show you the point and what we're really doing in this template. Now, you might not have very much showing. You might not have anything at all. But basically what I want to show you here is you may decide that in your master template, you want to have a logo at the very top. Word of advice, the less images that you have, the less fancy things that you have in your email template, the more likely it will be to hit people's inboxes. The more images, the more fancy elements, the more likely that your receivers' inboxes, spam filters, and so on that you and I have no control over may decide to detect your email as spam and take it out of the main inbox. So I do personally keep my email template very simple and text-based, just so that it has the highest opportunity possible of hitting an email inbox. However, if you want to have a logo at the very top of your email, what you see here is over in this plus button. This is where you're going to add in all of your drag and drop elements. So as you can see here, you can add text sections by dragging and dropping the text function over. You can add images by dragging and dropping the image feature over. You can add buttons by dragging and dropping the button feature over. You get the point. This divider thing adds these little lines. You can make them thick. You can make them different colors. You can make them thinner. You can have your social buttons here and add as many different social elements as you like by choosing this drop down over here. So I'll get rid of that as well. I'm just going to show you what some of these do. You can also add in and embed videos in here as well. So you drag and drop the video over, and you can choose to have an embedded YouTube video. That's obviously great for getting more views on your YouTube channel. You can even embed Loom videos and all of these other ones as well. What else have we got? I'm going to get rid of that. We have, I'm not going to go through all of these different things at the moment, but you can include countdown timers. You can even add in columns over here as well. So for instance, if you did want to have a column, you could have, I don't know, maybe you might have an image in the first column and you might have text in the second column. I just want to show you some of the features and functions here. All right, so I'm going to delete this whole section because I don't want that. I don't want that button. Just showing you the features. So if you wanted to add a logo at the top, drag and drop the image feature over, and then you're going to press edit on the image editor. You can create an image using AI, or you can obviously go in and upload a logo yourself. All you would do is press upload. It's going to open your particular file. How good is that? How funny photo. You want to upload one of your files from your desktop there. You might like to create folders in here. This is your media library. So you might like to have a folder called branding or assets, for instance, which includes your logo. So I'm just going to type in logo. So if I've got anything in this pretend account over here. No, let's just pretend. Oh, yes, I do. There's an old TekMatix logo. Isn't that good? Let me upload the old TekMatix logo. As you can see, it was a very good idea that we got rebranded. How hideous was that when it was first born? Way terrible. There we go. That's how you're going to do that. Obviously, you can drag and drop it to make it smaller or bigger. And what you're also going to want to do is add in like your first line. So for instance, if you say hi, and you might want to add in their first name. To do that, you're going to find this custom values icon on the top right-hand side. Let's see if I can make this bigger for you. It basically looks like a rectangle with a cursor over the top. When you click on that, you're going to go to contact first name. All right, so now what that value will do every time you send an email is it will go in and automatically fill the contact's first name for you. Then you're obviously going to leave the space for your text to go. You might like to have a PS contact first name. Have you checked out this? Are you still thinking about X? I like to say something like, are you still thinking about? And then whatever it is that you do. So for instance, I help people create courses and memberships. Are you still thinking about creating a membership? If you help people do Facebook ads, are you still thinking about running Facebook ads this year? Are you still thinking about losing weight? Are you still thinking about becoming a professional speaker? Are you still thinking about getting legal documents created, right? Whatever it is that you do, you're going to put the results in there that you know that people are looking for. Okay, so you're going to literally just type that in. And then all I do is I say, here are, and then obviously X ways that I can help you do that. Now, this is only pretend, so I'm not going to write my spellings. For demonstrations purposely, I would then pop in all the ways that I can help them. Maybe you have a book a call with you, and you're obviously going to make sure you put the link in, right? So where they can book a call with you in your calendar, which also you can set up inside TekMatix. There's another tutorial video for how to do that. You can also hire one of the tech experts to help set that up for you. Maybe you have a, membership academy, and make sure you pop the link into it, yeah? What else might you have? You might have a coaching program. You might have a particular done for you service, whatever it might be. You're going to list down and link all of those different things, because this is now going to sit inside your email template. So every single time you send an email out, this set of call to actions are now going to be inside your master template, meaning you are always reminding people of how you can help them get that result and taking them directly to the link to buy that result from you. Okay, you're not making it salesy, because hopefully in the email you're sending, you're adding lots of value and helpful advice, but every single email is now an opportunity for people to click and buy and be reminded of those products and services that you have. I then always add a button which would pull, sort of highlight my hero product. So that this, for me, it might be my membership. I usually make that my hero product just because that is my hero product in my business. So I would have here, come and join the XYZ Academy, or, book a call, or get the XYZ service today. This is where you're just going to highlight that main thing. So to edit this button and make it clickable, you're going to click on it. And over on the left-hand side, under button text, that's where you're going to change the text to, book the call or whatever it is you want it to be. You can change the font color. This is where you paste in the link to that thing, and also where you can change the color to your particular brand color, or whatever you want the color of that particular button to be. Okay. Now, FYI, you can add in your brand colors in the settings area of your TekMatix account. If you go into the settings and then brand boards, you can actually add in your brand colors so that they're easily selectable throughout your account from that point onwards. But if you also want to make sure these links are clickable, you do need to highlight the particular link, press the link text button, and paste your link to wherever you're sending people to in there for each thing that you want to hyperlink. So again, I put the link to my online course in there. So obviously you're only going to list the things that you actually have available. You then might like to, like we have in this particular example, now just to show you what to do if it's not there, if you don't have a social media share button and you want one in there, in the plus add elements, you've got your social elements here, drag and drop, and then you can basically remove or edit each of these by adding in your Instagram URL. Press back. Maybe you want to add some other platform. I don't know. Do you want to add your Pinterest? You put your Pinterest URL in there. Do you want to put in your LinkedIn URL? Boing, you put that in there, and that will make all of those images clickable. And of course, you can add as many as you like by choosing all of the different features that you want to show in your your follow buttons. Now, inside your email footer, this is extremely important. Under most email regulation laws, it's required that your postal address is in the footer of all of your emails. This is not a TekMatix rule. This is an email sending regulation. And this is why, if you don't have one already, I strongly suggest you get yourself a PO Box account at your local post office so that you do not give out your personal home address. It's very important for your personal safety and security. There are some cray-crays out there. Hopefully you'll never meet one, but it's very important that you are protecting your privacy at all times. So what this will do is when you pull over, let me just show you, if you have nothing showing here, if you go into the elements section, you can actually go and find the footer option, drag and drop, right? And first of all, it looks like, there's nothing there. Please be aware that it may be, if you press highlight, that your text is black. So you're going to need to click in this box, right? Make sure you highlight everything and then change the text color to white. Now, if I don't want this bottom bit to be black, then I can click on that section and I can go and change that color. Right, I can go and find a different color if I want to. All right, why is this not letting me choose a nice bright pink color? All right, you get the point. Okay, add, there I've made it that very weird purple color. You see, you get the point. I can change any element of this, and you can also just check that you have got your address in here. So your email address is location email. Now, what does that mean? That will actually pull over the address that you have listed in your business settings inside your TekMatix account. So you go to settings, business settings, and whatever address you have there is what will show up here. So all you're going to need to do to make sure that this is the correct address is make sure you update your address information inside your business settings. If you do want to manually type it in here, of course, you can just delete that and manually type it in. However, I prefer to just use the custom value in this because if you ever do update your address in your settings, it will update it in your master template. All right, see what we're doing here? We're just kind of saving ourselves work in the future. I'm going to get rid of this duplicated thingy here. And the other thing you have is want to change how you receive these emails, you can unsubscribe from this list. Now, this link will automatically take people to your unsubscribe. So please make sure if you're checking this, that it is absolutely critical, legally critical. It is the law that you have this unsubscribe link in there. So do not delete it. Now, I personally like to make this really, really obvious. I personally just press cut and paste right at the top. I make this huge, unsubscribe. Okay. I make it massive. I make it bold. And like you may even want to go as far as making it like bright yellow or something. But this needs to be in your email footers by law. You must have that unsubscribe link. Okay. Now, let's say you've got your master template now. You're happy with it. This is the basics of what I would recommend is in an email template. Again, try to resist the urge to make it too cute and pretty and too loaded with imagery because the whole point of an email is it landing in someone's inbox. All right. We're going to press save template. And make sure that you name this up here to the name that you want it to be. So I usually put mine as master email template in capitals, right? Master email template. Oh, should have done that there. And I even go as far as putting a little asterisk star at the top there because that will then put this template at the top of my list because of the naming convention. So now we've saved that. This master template now exists. We're never going to have to keep rebuilding this every single time we send an email. We're going to press back. And now what I want to show you, now this is a pretend account, hence I'm getting these alerts. Now when we go to send an email, now all we will do is we're going to go to marketing and emails. We're going to go to emails. And remember, we build emails in Builder. We send them in campaigns. So I'm going to go to my email builder and we're going to clone our master. Okay. Always, always, always clone the master. We've got that template for a reason. It's to copy it. So what I do is every time I go to send an email, I type in master in my search. There's my master template. And on this 3 dots on the right-hand side, click clone. And now this might be the email I'm going to send today. Let's pretend it's about how to bake a cheesecake. All right. Email. Okay, clone. So what it's doing, it's copying that template, and you'll see here now we've got our template. We don't have to rebuild all that stuff. Then all I have to do is just go in and add in the actual content of this particular email, all about the cheesecake recipe. Here's a story about me and my nana, and she taught me how to make this amazing cheesecake, blah, 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 blah. And then my call to action, because this is about cheesecakes, might be read the whole blog or, go and join my baking course, whatever it might be. You're going to simply just edit the footer based on your main theme of this email. Now, we are going to press Save Template because now this is the How to Bake a Cheesecake email. We've now created the template for this email that now we can go and send. Okay, we make it in Builder, we build it in Builder, and we send it from campaigns. I always think of like the campaign symbol of a big megaphone, like a big political campaign. Right, we're going to go and send it and launch it out from here. So I've switched to campaigns, which you can either do up here, or you may have noticed you can also do from here. Okay, let's get rid of this because this is a demo account. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell the system I want to send a new campaign. Think of the word campaign as just literally sending an email. I want to send a new email. Cool. And I want to send it from my templates because remember, you've created your cheesecake email inside your template area. Nice. So you're going to send it from your templates, and the system's going to say, cool, what template? So click on recent. This little clock here, you can either type in the title of your cheesecake email. I press recent because I know that I only just made it. And there is our How to Bake a Cheesecake email that we've made. And press the tick. We're saying to the system, which template do we want to use? Yes, this one. So now we can just have one last chance to edit it, have a last chance to check through. Press send or schedule because now we're in the campaigns area. We have that send or schedule option. And now we can go through and send our email. Do you want to send it now? Do you want to schedule it to go out on a certain date and time? Do you want to drip it out? Now, I recommend if you're sending emails for the first time or you haven't sent emails in a while, or you are have only just connected your domain into your TekMatix account, I do recommend that if you're sending out to more than 500 people, that you do just drip this out the first few times you send an email. This is called batch scheduling. And just to show you how batch scheduling works, the bit you need to understand is how many emails are you going to send out per, for instance, hour. And this is where you would say send out, the batch means how many. So send out, for instance, 500 emails every 1 hour. Okay, you can also change it to days, minutes, and seconds. If you've got a much bigger list, because my list is warm, but it's big, I even still batch send mine because I have tens of thousands of people on my email list. And if, for instance, there was a high unsubscribe rate, it could flag my sending domain as suspicious or even suspend my sending domain if I had a large number of bounces or people unsubscribe. This can still be a risk today, even with really long, good standing sending domains. So I tend, with big email accounts, recommend people batch schedule. So for me, I would usually send out about 3,000 emails per 1 hour for a list of my size, just to keep it trickling out slowly. Obviously, when this is just like a generic email, that's fine. If you have something that's time sensitive, please be aware of the fact you will need to factor this in if you have a massive list. Now, it's not wrong to send now to everybody. I purely do this because I am extra overly careful with my sending with my sending domain. Okay, so I am coming at you from somebody who's particularly overcautious and overprotective of my sending domain. If you know everyone's really hot, really like opens your emails all the time, you have a smaller, fresher list, you please go ahead and don't be scared of sending now to everybody. But if you've got a list in the tens of thousands, I just think it's better to play safe. It's better for that email to take a while to deliver to everybody and just protect that sending domain, because they are pretty strict in today's world. If you hit a high spam report rate, you could lose your sending domain for good. But do not let that put you off, guys. I'm coming at this from like a super overcautious personal position. All right. So again, you're going to choose, are you batch scheduling? How many emails per how many hours or minutes? And what's your from email address? Now, this one's really important. It doesn't matter whether you're batching or whether you're sending now. Your from email address needs to match your sending domain that's been set up inside your TekMatix account. Let me give you an example. My sending domain is my sarah@sarahcordner.com. That's the sending domain and the domain that's been connected to my TekMatix account and that is verified to send through the system. However, if I then typed the sending email addresses from, bobsyouruncle@gmail.com, this could actually damage my bounce rates and my sending ability, because it doesn't match the domain that's been verified to send. Again, this is not a TekMatix thing. This is your domain sending thing. If the recipient's inbox sees that the sending email does not match the domain that it's being sent from, it could be considered a spam, and the bots and the defense systems inside that recipient's email inbox could automatically flag your sending email as spam, and it could damage your whole sending domain. So let me tell you all you need to do to make sure you don't mess this up. All you need to do is inside the sender email, it doesn't matter whether you're sending now, whether you're scheduling, or whether you're batch scheduling, right? The sender email is always going to be, click on the custom values tag here, and you're going to click on account email. The account means your TekMatix account email. This is going to automatically pull in the email address that has been verified, set up, and is aligned with your sending domain. If you do this tag, right, let me go back again, account email, you know that it's always going to be right. You know that it's always going to be safe. So please just make that your default method for making sure you're sending from the right email address, and don't mess up your sending domain or get blacklisted by your recipients' inboxes. Oh, I know this regulation world in emails is a tough one today. Again, these aren't TekMatix issues. These are global sending regulations that are determined by your recipient's inbox side. I'm just making sure that you guys have the safest sending possible. I care about your sending domain, and I want to make sure that we are reducing as far as we possibly can any hits on your domain. Okay, so you're always going to press that tag account email, which is going to pre-fill your verified email address. Now, I would very rarely choose to set a custom reply address. I do not tick that box personally. This email address is obviously connected to your TekMatix account, so any replies are going to go to that inbox if you use another one such as Gmail, or they're going to go into your TekMatix account as well. All right, if you've done your two-way sync setup. Now, sending name, this is going to be your name, subject line, obviously subject of your email. Preview text, please always fill this in. What's the preview text? When you log into your email inbox, you will usually see that you'll have, an email, for instance, from Sarah Cordner. And then it will have in slightly grayed out text the first few lines of the email. Now, I recommend manually typing a line in here that's going to really hook people in to read your email, so that you are increasing your chances of people opening your email. Don't have to. I just find that you're going to get higher open rates if you've customized that preview text that will show in the inbox. The next thing that's very, very important, and there's going to be a different video on how to do this, is to then choose the list of contacts that you're sending your email to. And I recommend that you only send this to people who you have tagged in your system as specifically in your mailing list, because TekMatix is a CRM, which is a contacts database, which can contain all of your contacts, some of which may not have opted in to receive marketing emails from you. So you don't want to send to all your contacts, because not everyone in your system may have opted into mass marketing. This is very important in today's world with legislation, making sure that you are only sending to people who have agreed to have mass mails sent to them. So for me, I have tagged people in my database with the tag mailing list, and I've used that tag to create a list in my system called mailing list. I'm going to be showing you how to do that in another training video. So I personally I strongly recommend that you never press send to everyone. You're going to click send to a smart list and then only to your mailing list. Now, of course, you might only be sending this to people who have specific tags. It might be to people who are specifically students in a particular course. You can create lists of people who have bought particular products, for instance. But this is why I like to use smart lists. This is just segments or groups of people from your database that you want to send this particular email to. Final steps for sending your email is, I personally always turn on track clicks. This is going to give you as much data as possible as to who opens your emails, who reads your emails, who clicks on links in your emails, and so on. And that will actually show up in the client's records as well as in the email sending statistics. I also turn on UTM tracking. Now, at the moment, this is really only relevant if you're running ads, but it doesn't hurt to have it turned on. It doesn't cause any interference to anything to have it turned on. Me personally, I'm all about making sure that we have tags and tracking and as much data as possible. And then finally, do you want to add tags if people click on certain things, do certain things? This is not 100% necessary unless you're going to be doing follow-up campaigns. However, I just want to make you aware of the fact that you can say to the system, cool, well, maybe if I'm promoting my cheesecake course in this email, I might want to do a follow-up campaign for anyone who clicks the button inside the email. So I might say something like, if somebody clicks on a link, and then it will be which link. Now, of course, we didn't add any links to this particular email, but let's pretend up here in this preview, you can see of that email we created. Maybe that was the link to my cheesecake course. This would actually show us all of the links that we have put in that email. So I'd go, if somebody clicks on the link for the cheesecake course, then tag them with interested in the cheesecake course. That is then going to, I'm going to cancel this because obviously I don't have that there. That will then tag anybody who has clicked the link with interested in the cheesecake course, so that I could later go and do another follow-up email only to people who have clicked the link and really shown themselves to be hot leads. That's just a case scenario example of one of the reasons why you might use that or turn it on. All right, now once you have filled in all of that information, click review and schedule, and it will then get ready to send that email for you at the date and time you selected, or right now if you've chosen to send it right now. Now, of course, don't forget, if you have any trouble, you need any help or assistance, the first place to go is the bottom right-hand corner. Click on the purple question mark. This is where you will find live chat support. I'm not going to click it right now because there are real humans there and it's going to start an open chat. But this little chat box here, when you click on that, is going to open up live chat support, and one of our tech experts will be able to help you out. The second thing I want you to be aware of is when you go to TekMatix.com is you can hire our tech experts by the hour by clicking on the main menu, going to either book a call or support or services. Okay, any of those three would work. But for instance, click on book a call, and down here you can hire a TekXpert. This is where you can hire someone who will jump on a call with you and they will help you set this stuff up. So by the end of that call, you're going to have got some stuff done, up to 60 minutes worth of stuff done. And you are going to also have directed that and been learning at the same time. For $50, this is an absolute bargain and a really fast way to get stuff done properly at the same time as seeing what's being done, at the same time as learning the system too. So I highly recommend that you consider booking in regular TekXpert calls so that you know that this stuff is getting set up and done properly. It's an absolute bargain to have tech developers going in and getting stuff done for you at this level. And of course, the training that by default is coming along with it. So I know it's been quite a long tutorial, but this basic setup of your master template and those important compliance elements are really, really critical. And this is going to set you up for success going forward with your email sending, to both make sure that you're maximizing the amount of emails that are turning up inside people's inboxes, and of course, growing your email sending reputation over time. And on that, as a very final note, please be aware that email sending reputation is something that builds slowly and grows slowly over time. If you're using your sending domain for the first time, it's going to take some time for that to warm up. You will find when you're using any new sending domain that at first your open rates are going to be a little bit lower. They are today anyway, as a result of there being so many filters in recipients' inboxes. However, as more people open your emails, as more people click links in your emails, as more people reply to your emails, you will slowly increase your sending reputation and your delivery rates will increase. This is only something that can grow with time, repeated sending, and keeping your list as clean as possible. So there you go, my friends. That is how you create your master template. It's how you send an email from the campaigns once you've built your email, and how you can set up your basic sending options from the sending platform, as well as get help and support. Happy teching!